We got some nice weather here now, so see if I can't get something done. I got all those 2x6s planed on both sides. I've ordered knives to cut the tongue and groove in them. I have to dig out my joiner to join one side of them, and then the radial arm saw or the table saw or something to trim it up on the other edge. Well, Wednesday was a pretty crappy day. Tuesday and Wednesday was pretty crappy. It rained and blew and rained and rained. Got about a couple inches of rain on Wednesday. Oh, I closed the hangar doors up so the rain wouldn't blow in there and get everything all wet. And then I moved 6x6s and 4x6s over here and covered them up where, well, I had to move them out of the way to get the hangar door closed. So I want to get it opened up again now so I can get back in the hangar and work. But I thought rather than just move these, I trim these timbers up. So I got a 6x6 sitting on the sawhorses, and I got my big skill saw, the 16 and whatever inch skill saw there, the Sawsquatch, out, and I'll start trimming these up down to a shorter length that I don't need to handle them all full length. So I've got a bunch of them that are 16 feet long. I need one 6x6 16 feet long. I need two 6x6s 12 feet long, and then I need four 6x6s about 9 feet long, something like that, so I can trim them down to about 10 feet. And the same thing with the 4x6s, except I need some more 4x6s of different lengths for the rafters. Be four of them 83 inches long, 7 feet long for the collar tie or for the rafters. Oh, anyway, I might as well go ahead and start trimming these up, make them a little bit easier to handle when I do need them. So I got my first 16-footer on there. This one I'll probably cut down because it's got a lot of checking on it here on the ends. So I'll probably cut it down to a 12-footer. It's a nice timber, and it would make a nice 16-footer, but it's got a bunch of checks down here on both ends from, well, some of them were already in there in the logs and some of them were from drying. So anyway, I'll go ahead and do that. Now, I've used a Johnson Speed Square for years for trimming up boards. Use it for marking square lines and for rafter cuts and stuff like that. But I also use it for a fence for cutting boards off. Usually I just hold it up on the board, a 2x4, 2x6, whatever, just hold it up there on the board, put the edge of the saw up against it and go ahead and cut it off. But this Sawsquatch is just so big and heavy, you'd need two hands to hold it. So I'll take the Speed Square and go ahead and clamp it down with a clamp to the 6x6, and then I can use two hands on the saw. Well, that gives me one 12-footer, a really beautiful timber for a 12-footer. Those are going to go from the house crossed over to the one that's out on the outer edge of the porch, and then the rafters will be supported on that. So I got another one set up there. I need to do something to set something up out on the end to hold those timbers up to keep them from dropping, because that one split a big chunk off of it there. Too much weight overhanging it. I'll go get some rollers and stick out there underneath that end to help support that. Now I've got two beautiful 12-foot 6x6s. Those will work fine. The next ones on the top there are 4x6s, and I've got one more long 6x6 down there. And looking at that one, that'll make the 16-footer that I need. Then there's some more 6x6s underneath, and they'll go for the 9-footers or 10-footers. I think I'll cut them 10 feet, and then I can cut them down to finish size when I get ready to put them up. But I get them down to where they're easier to handle anyway. So I've got two 4x6s there. The one, of course, is like about 14, maybe it's 12 foot long, I don't know. So I'll trim it up, and then the next one is 16. I'll take a look at it and see if it'll make a 16-footer or not. Like I said, I only need one 16-footer. I got two more down underneath there. All right, I'll go ahead and keep working on these and get them all trimmed up, and then we'll get them put away and the door back opened again. So tomorrow I'll start working in the hangar on something, digging out the jointer. I think that's what I'll do tomorrow.